Hey everybody, it's Charles with an entry for the 15th. I know that I haven't made a video in a little while, and that's because I was working at a convention, the Penny Arcade Expo, and basically I was just really busy, and I'd come home late at night, and then I had to go back, early in the morning, and it was by choice, so it wasn't like they were working me hard or anything, but maybe in a different video I'll explain exactly what I was doing, but basically I was just really, I was helping out at the merchandise booth. You sell T-shirts, pins, that kind of stuff, and it's pretty much what I do at work. Just customer service. Running the register at times, helping people out, and it's fun because there's a lot of people at work. I'm kind of in a slow store, but at the convention there's a lot of people, so you have to be quick. It's very action oriented. It's very instinctual, which I kind of enjoy. So basically, I was pretty much doing that, and there was a lot of setup involved, and it was entertaining. It was a new experience. It allowed me. It was a little bit more of a challenge than I get normally at work. So that's why I was doing it. I mean, it helps out them, and they run a charity that I really believe in, and the charity that they provide, toys and video games to sick children in hospitals, and so I enjoy trying to help them out because I've been in and out of the hospital a bunch recently, and even before that, I mean, I knew that there were a lot of sick kids in hospitals, and I know how tough that can be. And I have empathy for, the kids. They don't know, like, they're able to see all their friends and everything, and the friends at school, they're able to live normal lives, they're able to go running around, but when you're sick, and you don't really understand why. You just know that some kids or most kids are normal, but for some reason you just have to repeatedly go to the hospital, and it hurts. You don't have the same amount of energy, and it's got to be tough when you don't understand it. I mean, thankfully, I was diagnosed, or my symptoms came on later, so I'm able to understand, that it's just a shitty deal when you get sick like I did. But when you're a kid, you don't really understand it. It's just something that they have to deal with. It's very, ostracizing for them, I bet, and and I'm sure it's 100 times rougher because they haven't had, like the foundation of a good life to live up on or to stand up on. So, I mean, I could really break it down, which I might do in a different video, but I'm sure that everybody can empathize with, being a child and being sick. So anything that helps them out, I feel like it's good. But yeah, I mean, this video, I'm still kind of, for some reason, I'm able to really work hard at the convention, but then like I got home and I slept for a really long time, and I just woke up yesterday and it was just in rough shape. I don't know what it was. I was doing fine, like waking up for the convention and everything, and then I just slept a really long time, and I just woke up and like my back is out of alignment, which happens sometimes. But it's just like I don't know what it is. When I can steadily keep up with something, I can do really well. But then once I like I really let myself go in terms of relaxing, it hurts me. So I mean, a person's back is supposed to kind of be like a straight, like I know it's not technically a perfect straight line, but it's just supposed to, go down like the spine. For some reason, right when I lay off my back for a while, it goes straight down, but then the lower back kind of like curves out, it hitches out a little bit. So it's not really like it doesn't feel like aligned. That's why I keep standing like this because my back is not aligned properly, and it makes me feel more like I have less energy, because bending down and everything, it kind of bothers me. It's painful. My knees are a little weird now, and I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that in the next couple of days, when I got to go back to work tomorrow, I'm hoping that maybe if I lift something up, it'll just like snap it back in or something like that. I mean, I don't think it's anything detrimental where it's like permanently out of alignment, but I think it just needs like a little maybe cracking. If I crack it back into place or something like that, then hopefully it'll be back to normal. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much. this video is pretty much just an update video. I mean, I'm going to try and get back into making normal videos, but I don't feel that great today. I mean, tomorrow I'm going back to work. I don't think it, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm feeling very tired these past few days. Like, when I don't think it's convention related because, you know, I've worked hours like that before. You know, I've maxed myself out further than what I was doing at the convention. You know, I wasn't even feeling that bad when I was doing it. I was actually feeling pretty good. You know, but for some reason when I got home, I just like let loose, and it was just like maybe it was too much too quick, and then you know the body was just like, whoa, now, like we need to be eased back into like a normal relaxed state. Maybe I just went at it too loose, like I just plopped down on the bed or something like that, or I don't know, but you know I've been sleeping a lot. I don't feel like I'm totally awake. Maybe I've been sleeping too much, too, I don't know, but yeah, I mean basically I had fun. It was a good experience for me, I think, because you know right now I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out what I want to do with myself. I mean, obviously with Wilson's disease, I'm kind of stuck more, and I have to I have to maintain work with due to the fact that I need health care or health insurance. So I'm kind of stuck more in like a position where I don't have as many options. Like, if I wanted to switch companies right now, I'd have to make sure that I could get immediate health care coverage. So I mean, a lot of my friends switched over to or a lot of my coworkers slash friends switched over to security jobs. They left for other companies with slightly better pay. But a lot of those security jobs, they don't have good health insurance, or they don't have immediate health care coverage, which means that that's not really an option for me. So I mean, they're making better money than I am, and they have better jobs than I do. But unfortunately, I can't go that route because obviously I need the health insurance. Because obviously I've explained in previous videos how much my medicine costs, per month, and how I can't afford it without health care coverage, even for 1 month. So I mean, I know that there are like programs that allow you to keep your healthcare coverage, if you're forced to leave your job or something like that. I think it's called Cobra. But I mean, that would be a hassle, I would have to, explain why I'm leaving, yada yada, and then let's say I join this new place and it turns out that, I can't get health coverage for whatever reason, then have I screwed myself? Or yada yada. I mean, there are just too many. It's like there are too many areas to make a mistake. Right now, I continue working a job that isn't that great, but I'm assured health coverage. I mean, obviously, I went through the whole shit with getting the medication, but now that I've got it, I should say, with the quotes, because there could be some kind of fuck up in the future that makes me have to get prior authorization. But now that I have steady health insurance, I should say, with hopefully no more fuck ups, then I mean it's just a lot. It's comfort. I mean, it sucks that I don't get paid as much as I'd like and all of that shit. And the job, I'm getting tired of the job. But I mean, I need the health insurance, so it's a sucky deal. But I have to. It's something that I have to deal with, unfortunately, because of the circumstances that I'm in. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and figure some things out in my life soon. I know I'm getting kind of old, and I've been saying that for many years, and a lot of you have been putting up listening to me with that kind of shit. But I mean, I can really feel it now, and maybe I'll explain more tomorrow when I've got more energy and I can go in depth with it. But I'm trying to figure stuff out now. Maybe I'm thinking about more volunteering opportunities and stuff like that, and I've been thinking about how my budget could be stretched so that I could maintain my way of life, but maybe I could take a step down at work to open up my schedule a little bit more. Or, or maybe I could try and get a steady schedule at work in order to get a better, like, fixed schedule. Or no, I could get a steady schedule at work so that maybe I could volunteer somewhere, like, on a steady basis. Or maybe I could really try for a promotion at work, I mean, I know I'm not like really their favorite person because the problem is that I am really good at like the work of my job, but I'm not really, I don't have that much patience and everything for the actual like interpersonal aspects of it. Like I can do like I can reset an IO, or I can, you know, clean out a cooler, or I can restock a cooler, or, you know, reorganize something, or I can do that really well. Like I can take in a truck, you know, I can do that stuff really well. But when it comes to like talking to somebody for, you know, 10, 15 minutes about, you know, the best memory card that they should get, you know, the best camera that they should get, I just lose my patience. Because it's not that I don't expect people to, it's not that I expect people to automatically know it. It's just that I'm not that type of person. For me, it would be like, if I wanted to buy a new piece of technology, I would do a lot of research on it. I wouldn't just, you know, like roll into a store and buy it. And the problem is that it's never like, you know, like, hey, what are the differences in the sizes on like this? You know, like what's the difference between, you know, this 512 megabyte memory card versus this 1 gigabyte memory card? It's always something stupid like, why don't the batteries work when I put them in this way? And my answer to that is like, because it's specifically designed to put them in this other way. And then it's just like, what, like, why doesn't it work when I put it in this way? Like, aren't these interchangeable? Then I'm just like, no. And then it turns into this whole big thing, like where I just want to say, like, it's obviously fucking, if you look at the picture, it shows that you have to put the batteries in like this. And it's just like how stupid could you be? I don't want to be one of those guys that always, you know, customers are so stupid. Because I know that some things are hard to grasp, but it's never like an intelligent question. It's always like a stupid question, you know, or it's always like a meaningless question. And it's just, oh, I'm not good at, you know, really sitting there and talking to somebody, because I feel like there's always other stuff that I could do, you know. Like I could sit there and talk to you about, you know, like why why your picture looks shitty, you know, and just what I don't understand is that people take photos on the lowest resolution that they have for available to them, or they use like some shitty old phone or something like that, and then when it prints out blurry, I always get the, why is this blurry? And then I just have to tell them straight up, you know, like, it's a shitty photo because you took it in shitty quality. And then I get the, oh, like my phone has this and this, and I'm just like, well, you probably didn't have it set to that. And then you get to debate to them about why, like, whether or not they actually set it like that. And of course, they're never going to admit that, you know, they took a shitty quality photo. It's always your fault, you know, it's always your machine. Even though you've printed out, you know, 900 photos previously that came out fine, but their photo came out shitty, it's still your machine because they could never make a mistake. And it's just like, oh, it's just, I don't have the time or the patience for that anymore. I mean, if if somebody legitimately told me like, hey, like I've printed out a lot before, and you know they all came out fine. I printed out some afterwards and they came out fine, but for some reason your photo came out fine. I'd realize that, hey, it's got to be my photo. No, it's not that hard to grasp. But for some people, they just continuously deny it because they don't want to accept any kind of responsibility, or you know they cannot fathom that it could be their fault. But that's again beside the point. Basically, I guess what I'm just trying to do is just trying to update people and say that I will be making videos. You know, again, hopefully I'll make one tomorrow. I'm going to try and get back into the steady rhythm of it. Like I said, these videos aren't really. They're more. Or I mean, I guess people can watch them if they want, but I enjoy them because they're kind of like my diary, kind of like my Doogie Howser at the end of the day diary. And they're not really, you know, like today I fucking, you know, I went to the supermarket and I got, you know, like 8 oranges. They're more like what I feel like in life, you know, or in my 30th year. You know, it's just kind of that shit. You know, maybe in like 4 years, I'll be able to watch this again. I'll say, you know, maybe fucking when I was 30, I thought, you know, taking a girl to the buffet was good, but maybe in, you know, when I'm 35, I'll think, nah, that shit was stupid. I should have been more classy and fucking that kind of shit. So I mean, it'll be fun to look on, and you know, unfortunately, if you know, bad circumstances arise, and you know, maybe I'm not here when I'm 35. God forbid. I mean, obviously, you know, that would be hard for friends and family, but I mean, whatever the reason, I hope that this would be something that they could actually look back on and they could, you know, maybe use it to remember me a little bit. And so maybe it wouldn't be as hard. I mean, I've got weird ideas about death in which I don't fear it maybe as much as I should. I mean, I'm not doing stupid suicidal things, but you know, it's just I know that death is a part of life, and if death comes a calling, there's really not much you can do. I mean, it's not a fucking final destination situation like where you don't get on an airplane that crashes and then death comes a calling through like some weird ass accident at home that eventually kills you. But I know that fucking if it turns out you do get on that airplane and that airplane crashes and it was just your time, you know, it just it happens. It happens. Fortunately, there's not much. If you're safe and you try to be intelligent with your life, then there's only so much you can do to avoid death. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of a lot of good people die too early, you know, too soon, and it just happens. So I mean, if it happens to me, it happens to me. I mean, I don't want it to happen to me, but if it does, it does. Anyways, I didn't mean for this video to be such a downer, but hopefully tomorrow I can figure something out that I want to talk to. I mean, tomorrow I'm going back to work, and hopefully I feel alright after work, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for listening, and if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Thanks.